Hey guys, what's up? My name is Midnight Strike 3625 and back for another fan voted versus episode. So, this time it is going to be Dave Mustaine versus Kirk Hammett. So, a lot of you guys know, as you probably should know, I'm a metalhead. I am a fan of heavy metal. Thus, I like both Metallica and Megadeth. In fact, I love their material. Most of their material, actually. So, all of you guys obviously probably already know the story of how Dave Mustaine was a hot-headed little ginger with a temper, with a fiery temper, especially when he's drunk. So, got his ass kicked out of Metallica and formed Megadeth. So, I am very glad this has happened. I'm very glad that Kirk Hammett is in Metallica. I respect what he's done for Metallica. I respect what Dave Mustaine is doing for Megadeth. And, I respect what Dave Mustaine even did for Metallica on Kill 'Em All. So, like half the stuff on there he wrote, and Kirk Hammett's basically just playing it. This was a source of controversy for Dave Mustaine, as well as James Hetfield, Lars Ulrich, and the rest of Metallica, of course. But, it was basically just all up in the air back in the 1980s. So, I'm going to start with Metallica. Like I said, they were an underground band, very popular in the underground metal scene, played lots of clubs, encouraged lots of bootlegs, which greatly, of course, contradicts their opinion on Napster and shit in the early 2000s, but different video. Then they got Dave Mustaine. They wanted actually to originally have John Bush sing for Metallica, John Bush from Armored Saint, because James Hetfield was not comfortable with his voice at the time. I actually explained that in my, previous versus video about Joey Belladonna versus John Bush. So they actually had him come in and sing, like 2 years ago, was it? Something like that. And it sounded pretty good, actually. They had him sing Four Horsemen. It's like, what could have been? So, oh well, what could have been. But my point is, they got Dave Mustaine in, and they started he just added a whole new level of intricacy in the guitar playing, and it's just fast-paced solos, full of flavor. That's really the best thing I can say about Dave Mustaine's style of playing, is just, it's very flavorful, it's very fruitful, and it packs a lot of punch. It's very fast, so, and it greatly complements the style of playing in the rhythm section, as well as James Hetfield's voice and everything that has to do with Metallica. And he was really a perfect fit for the band back then. So things could not have gone any better for them. But then, of course, Dave Mustaine got drunk and, fights ensued. And he's a ginger. I'm just kidding. Not all gingers are like that. But, yeah, my point is, got into a fight with Ron McGovney, the bassist at the time, and got kicked out of Metallica. So he got mad, vengeance-driven, bitter, decided to play one of the demo songs really, really fast, faster than the Four Horsemen on Kill 'Em All, and that was known as Mechanics. So they slowed down Mechanics significantly and called it the Four Horsemen, changed the lyrics a little bit, and, basically just put it on Kill 'Em All. So Dave Mustaine wanted to show him up and just play the shit out of it. Play it as fast as he possibly fucking could. And oh my gosh, it's awesome. So, really like the lyrics, or the vocals anyways. The lyrics are kind of cliche and about sex, but, that's a different story. And he plays it really fast. He plays it with a lot of just ferocity, and it's really intense. So, yeah, it greatly differs from Kirk Hammett's more just kind of toned down, laid back, kind of go with the rhythm kind of approach to it. I mean, yeah, he does have some really fast-paced solos, and he makes use of the, I believe it's like the wah-wah pedal or something like that, but there's a lot of that going on, especially in Metallica's later works, post-Black Album. So, yeah. I find that Kirk Hammett's solos, though, tend to be a little bit on the blending together side, or, forgettable side, whereas Dave Mustaine's and Megadeth's especially are just really out there, really pop out, and are just really audible to the ear and really memorable and full of flavor, as I said before. Flavor is the key word here, because really it's just, they're really unique in themselves. So especially, in Holy Wars and Peace Sells But Who's Buying, those are some of their most memorable hits. I mean, even the beginning of Head Crusher, it's I remember that perfectly. But say, the solo from Enter Sandman is really one of the ones that I remember a lot. King Nothing from Metallica, of course, the ones on Kill 'Em All, but, I mean, those were written by Mustaine, so, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I do actually choose Dave over Kirk, and you know, just barely. I do respect, like I said, I do respect Kirk and everything he's done for Metallica, but it just seems like Dave's more fruitful, flavorful style of playing just takes the cake for me. It just seems a little bit more lively, a little bit like he's more just intense, balls out into it practically. I don't really know how to describe it, but yeah. A lot of the solos from Metallica, like while they are really, really good and they fit the song perfectly, they fit the mood perfectly, they're very intense, fast, and aggressive in their own right. Sometimes they do blend together, and sometimes they are hard to differentiate between each other, so I don't know if that really makes any sense. But yeah, I would definitely choose Dave, and, you know, just barely. So, like I said, respect everything, and really it couldn't have happened any better, because without Dave being fired from Metallica, we wouldn't have a Megadeth. So now we have two thrash metal bands and not just one. Both very good in their own right. Not really sure who I'd pick between, you know, Metallica and Megadeth as a whole, but I don't know. I just by that much, Dave Mustaine over Kirk Hammett. So both very good. I'll have to check out his stuff with Exodus, though, Kirk Hammett. So, yeah, on that note, what do you guys think? Who do you like better as a guitarist? What style do you like better? What band do you like better, Metallica or Megadeth? I know I've kind of beaten the whole Metallica Megadeth thing to death in this Versus video. This might be the last one I do on them, because I have done a lot of Versus videos on Metallica and Megadeth, or at least pertaining in some aspect to those bands. Hell, half of them are about the big four. So, that being said, yeah, what do you guys think? This is meant to generate a little bit of discussion, so yeah. Dave Mustaine versus Kirk Hammett. What do you guys think? This is Midnight Strike 3625. Thanks for watching. Keep calm and rock on.